there goes my chances at that Rockstar sponsorship. But hey, Red Bull's on Amazon. Rockstar isn't. Anyway, one other thing that keeps coming up. People talk about long-term storage fees, which a couple other videos on that and stuff that I've linked. And as long as you're picking items that are moving, that really shouldn't be a big deal. So I'm not too stressed about that. If it's a slower moving item that you have a big margin in, not a big deal to pay Amazon for their warehouse. But what that does lead me to is gated and ungated categories. And a lot of people talk about, oh, Amazon FBA, that not work. There's so many fees, and then they gate certain items, and then, you know, on top of that, the storage fees. Well, here's the deal. If you get an Amazon Pro account and you buy nothing else other than your shipping materials, you can have a business that you can run part-time on your terms for essentially $40 a month. Now, as a business owner, that's about as low overhead as you can get. So if you buy that, and you buy inventory labs, and you buy, maybe you subscribe and do some paid subscription to a couple of lists, you're talking less than $100 a month overhead by the time you're all said and done. And your initial investment, if you buy a scale, if you buy, you know, a barcode scanner, all that kind of stuff that's in a couple of the other videos I've linked, you're probably another $100 there too. So, I mean, the amount of money it costs to start even just a small business that's just me by myself, this business is way cheaper than that. Plus, you're paying for that. You send stuff into Amazon, they're paying for the warehousing. They're paying for the advertising. They want you to succeed because you're going to send them products and they're making money on the products. Yes, they charge fees for every product, but that's because they're doing your customer service, they're doing your order fulfillment. So yeah, you're basically paying Amazon to be your partner. That's how it works. So enough about that. It's the cost of doing business with the largest marketplace on the planet. You're not going to get another way to get that many customers. So the other thing, gated and ungated. Right now, I am not worried about getting ungated in anything. Now, if you're not totally familiar with it, when you scan stuff on your Amazon app, sometimes it will come up as restricted. That can be due to a category, or that can be due to a brand name, or that could be due to issues Amazon has with a certain product. There's all kinds of reasons it could be restricted. It could be just for shipping. You could be able to sell it merchant fulfilled. You can't ship it because Amazon won't ship it due to hazmat, like I mentioned in another video. But I'm talking specifically about ones that are gated completely for your account. You can't sell it at all. So, a couple reasons. One of them, the big one that comes up first is, say, grocery. So if you're a new seller, even if you have a pro account and you just try to sell grocery, you're going to get a restriction. Now, the only way to get rid of that restriction is to go on Amazon's site, and if you look under that section, you can actually apply, and it will tell you what you need to do to apply. Now, if you look at grocery, it wants invoices from suppliers. And that is kind of the way it's gone for a lot of these items. So you have to be a wholesaler, essentially, because you need to buy those directly. So what if you want to get ungated in grocery? Well, find an item that you can get a decent margin on, or a good margin on. And you're going to need, the catch is you're going to have to buy some inventory before you can get ungated. So this is getting into a bigger, making your business bigger, which retail arbitrage, pretty much anybody can do. Online arbitrage, anybody can do. You can take the time, look, find the items, order the items, send them to Amazon, they sell them. And my suggestion is, when you're starting out, and is what I'm doing, is I'm not worrying about gated and ungated right now. I'm not saying send items in that are gated. That's how you get banned, your account gets shut down, you're over and done with. What I'm saying is, if it's restricted, move on. One caveat to that. Maybe it's restricted because it's a brand name and you get a really good deal on it. There's a reason I have an eBay app on my phone. If you're on a deal where there's something, you know, clearanced out, if it's, you know, Nike shoes and they're $30 a pair and they're going for $100 on Amazon, yeah, look them up on eBay. They might be going for $90 on eBay, and they may sell really quick on eBay. So it may be worth buying and just listing it on eBay. So don't necessarily think, oh, I just can't. If you end up finding an item that is restricted and you want to sell it, and it's something you can, you know, get regularly, and it would be a good part of your business to make your business scale, then go online, look up how you get ungated for that, and then proceed. Now, Chaz over at Lifestyle Warrior, he put up a video about part of this, and a big chunk of that is going to be the fact that if you apply to get ungated and you did everything they asked and you get turned down, guess what? You're done. No, you're not. Apply again. Do it again. All kinds of people out there have stories about how they had to apply 3, 4, 5 times to get ungated. Do what Amazon asks. That's the biggest thing. Remember, this is Amazon's platform. This is Amazon's rules. And if you want to continue selling on it, you have to play by Amazon's rules. And as a small seller, you don't have a lot of clout with them. Like I said, they do want to work with you because they are making money with you. But they're not going to move heaven and earth for you, because you're not, you know, you're not moving $1 million a month with product through their warehouse. And even the guys that are, I don't know that they're going to make any, you know, special adjustments for them either. But it can depend on, you know, the person that's looking over your application. There's all kinds of things that can affect whether or not you get approved to be ungated in that category. So, you know, try it. If it's something you really want to sell, then go ahead and get ungated. So the reason that can be good, let's say you have a lot of grocery items, they move pretty quick, and so you want to get ungated, and the main reason you want to get ungated is for retail arbitrage. You're still going to have to get at least one wholesale account in order to get what Amazon wants to get ungated. So you're going to have to do that little bit of work up front. And sometimes those places require a $100 minimum order. Sometimes they require $500. It depends totally on the different suppliers. So the thing that I'm going to try and do is, locally, I've got a few food companies that, because I am interested in getting ungated in grocery. So I have a few local food companies that don't sell on Amazon. So after I have a little more experience, I plan on going to them and trying to become a wholesaler for them and sell their stuff on Amazon. So that will give me what I need, because right away I'll be a sole supplier for them. Hopefully I make money on it. If not, I will have spent a couple $100 and it will get me ungated, and then I can sell other things there. Same thing for cosmetics, health and beauty. You have to get ungated for those, and it's kind of a similar situation. You're going to need invoices. So unless you can get those, you're not going to be able to get ungated in there. And again, at the beginning, it's just not worth it. There's so many items, and when it comes to those restrictions, they're kind of all over the place. The first thing is get a pro account. As soon as you're a pro account, it ungates a few things. I noticed that right away. The other thing to do is, just because something's gated at first doesn't mean it's ungated or gated forever. So, and just because it's not gated now doesn't mean it won't be gated next week. So you got to scan and double check. But there's certain toys. Lego comes to mind. There's a lot of hoops to jump through to get their stuff. I don't even know if there's people that are grandfathered in for Lego. There may be. A lot of the guys that are selling Nike shoes they're grandfathered in. So, and I believe Nike now requires that you have a physical storefront in order to buy from them directly. So that could be a tough one now. Again, you see a great deal on them, move them on eBay maybe, if it's worth it to you. But yeah, the big part of this is, I would just say, don't stress about getting ungated. Focus on the things that you can sell. People, I'm still working on books. I've mentioned that in another video. Books are very rarely gated. There's a few that are, usually when they first come out, it looks like. But toys, puzzles, electronics, home improvement, tools, certain brands within those categories are gated, but not many. So just, and like I said, the other day I scanned a whole bunch of stuff that was Disney Frozen items. Some of them would have been decent. All of them came up gated. So I assumed, okay, all of Frozen is gated. Well, then yesterday there was a couple items I scanned that they weren't gated. So, if it looks like it could be a good deal, scan it. The only way to know is to check. So give it a shot. Focus on those products that you can actually sell without having to do anything special for. And then once you've kind of learned the business and figured that stuff out, then start looking at, it seems like the easiest way to get ungated is through wholesale. So then start looking for those wholesale deals to ungate the categories that you want. Anyway, till next time, that's all I got. Like, comment, subscribe. If you got any questions, hit them up in the comments, and we will talk to you next time.